I am going to now bring Kelly back. She's going to tell you about our other favorite baby that is rocking our world.
Yes. So if Everest is Chrissy's favorite treatment of all time, the Helix platform that offers Cool Peel, Deca, Sultra, and the Fusion treatment is my all-time favorite. It is my favorite to perform. It's my favorite to educate on, and it's my favorite to see the dramatic before and afters. So let me first set the stage and just talk to you a little bit about how these lasers work to improve the skin and what to expect. And then I will show you all the good stuff. So as you can see behind me, this is our new and improved Helix, which includes our traditional Cool Peel as well as Deca treatments that we've been offering for the past few years. I'll go into a little bit of detail on what a Cool Peel is. It is a CO2 laser. So that means it uses a gas basically to ignite the laser, and it's a fractionated beam that's going to be attracted to the water content in the skin. So wherever those little dots of fractionated laser hit the skin, it will dehydrate those areas, and those areas will then need to slough away and encourage new skin growth and healing and recovery in those areas. So the traditional Cool Peel has very little downtime. We're able to treat all skin types pretty much year round with 24 hours of downtime. In order for us to elevate this treatment, we've been used to doing sort of off-label Cool Peels where we'll up the wattage and we'll decrease the spacing so that those Cool Peels are a little more advanced and may have a couple days of downtime where you feel some texture before the skin starts to slough away. But when you treat the skin, we're able to treat about between 10 and 20% of tissue, and the rest of the skin is left uninjured. So you have a quick, speedy recovery because that skin doesn't need to recover, only the areas you've treated. With the evolution of the Helix platform, it introduced a Sultra wavelength. So this is a non-ablative laser wavelength, meaning it doesn't break the skin. If used alone, which we can use the Sultra laser alone without Cool Peel or without the Deca pulses, and it's not going to break the skin, meaning you're not going to have that texture, that temporary texture where the skin needs to slough away and retexturize. That's the only word I can think of. And it's safe for all skin types, and it's able to be done year round. It's going to work great for kind of superficial tightening, crepiness and that kind of thing without the downtime. When you combine the Sultra with the Cool Peel pulse or with the Deca pulse, which is essentially a stronger Cool Peel pulse, when you combine those two together, that's where the magic happens. So we're able to break the skin with the Cool Peel laser and then push this heat, which normally wouldn't be able to get into the skin on its own, into those same channels as the Cool Peel, and you get dramatic lifting and tightening and improvement to the tone and texture of the skin. And I will show you with our own eyes some amazing before and afters. Just to make sure that I covered all the bases before I blow you away with these before and afters. As far as what does it treat, this is going to be if you're okay with having a little bit of downtime. And by a little bit, I mean, if we're just doing Cool Peel, it's very little. But if we're doing a fusion treatment, which is the new Mac Daddy, it's addressing almost every skin concern. If you have sun damage, if you have scarring, if you have superficial laxity or lines and wrinkles, enlarged pores, sagging, loss of volume, it's going to do it all. The trade-off is that you're going to have 3 to 5 days of downtime. And we'll actually walk you through that process so you know what that looks like. The downtime is going to be texture, some heat that's going to stay in the skin, and some mild swelling. And if you can wait it out those 5 days to the other side, you will not regret it. The best time of year for this treatment is going to be the fall and the winter, as we're naturally less in the sun. But if you are going to be super compliant, we could potentially do this treatment all year round. And we have this machine in all locations. We have amazing laser providers in each location who are able to offer the Cool Peel, the DECA, the fusion treatments, or the Sultra on its own. And we'll just a little teaser, have something special for you at the end in order for you to try some of those modalities. Let's get into, drum roll please, the before and afters. Okay, just take a minute.
Just take a minute.
Just take a minute. On the left, you're looking at a beautiful, wonderful woman who I can't say enough good things about. I didn't think her skin could get any better. She is, for me, at her age, skin goals. I hope I look like her.
In every way.
And then you look at her 7 weeks post Cool Peel DECA fusion. The lifting to her entire face and tightening of the nasolabial folds, of the jowling, of the jawline, of the under eye, of the mid cheek. I mean, there's not an area that you don't see improvement. Her tone, her overall skin tone and clarity. And Miss Peggy here, she has done it all. She has been part of our team and a client of ours for a long time. And she has said that this is her favorite treatment that she's ever done. So amazing. Let's take a look at some other angles here. Look at that jawline. Look at that lifting of the mid cheek and face. Christy, feel free to chime in.
Oh, I'm blown away by this. I was really blown away. I knew when Peggy walked in, because I have known Peggy since I was much younger. We met in 2005. And then, as Kelly said, she was part of our team. So Peggy is always willing to be a model. She'll try anything. So we know how things work on Peggy. And we see it on everybody. It's not just Peggy. But this was like, wow, this is something that actually does work on everybody. Peggy looks amazing. We're so excited about it. And this is she's had no other treatments in between. I know that question was asked earlier. She only had the Helix Fusion. 12/5 was the date she had it. She came back to see us on 1/28. This is her difference in, I believe we said it was 7 weeks when we looked at it. I mean, look at her neck and her jawline and her texture and her tone and her lift. I mean, as Kelly said, this is the Queen Bee treatment. This is amazing. You do have to be patient with a little swelling and downtime and redness. And that's why Chrissy Thomas just says, oh, I'll get to that tomorrow. But I think I may have to break down and take a couple of days and do this. This is pretty amazing.
Again, this zooms in on her neck through here. We have offered neck treatments for a long time. We've always trying to offer the best of the best and combine treatments to give you the most tightening that we can. We've offered, skin weave to the neck and Botox to the neck and, anything to produce collagen. And for me, in addition to the Everest, that I think if you do both in a year, an Everest treatment and a Helix treatment, you just certainly can't go wrong. You're going to take years off, but her neck improvement is fantastic.
Yes.
I don't have a breakdown of Peggy's specific recovery journey, but in the next few slides, I'm going to show you the post 5 to 7 days after treatment for a couple other clients who were generous enough to lend us their faces to show you their photos of their journey. So I love this photo. And this is one that we actually requested that she send us an after. So it's a home picture on the right. But this is about 2 months after a DECA fusion, Cool Peel DECA fusion done by one of our providers. And we're able to see just the definition of her face much improved. We're able to just see her contours and her jawline and her lower face and jowling improve. So you can just see this young woman emerging, and the widening of the eyes as well, just the lifting and opening around the eye area. All right, I'm going to show you the skin recovery journey. So the first few days are going to be the most intense. we're putting a lot of heat into the skin, and that is necessary in order to stimulate enough collagen to give you this dramatic tightening result. If we don't, if there are other modalities out there, which there are that we offer, the result isn't going to be as dramatic because we're not able to put enough heat and do enough controlled damage to the skin. We need the thermal as well as the physical injury to create that wound healing cascade, which results in a more youthful, lifted appearance. So we're looking at day 1, 2, and 3 of her healing journey. You can see in the first couple of pictures, some of the texture rising to the surface, some of the pigmentation, the melanin that's deeper down into the skin is actually being pulled to the surface and will slough away with the skin that's been treated. So you'll actually see a lot of improvement to sun damage. Even if it's stubborn and we've thrown everything at it, this is going to be the thing to finally get it to budge. And she has a smile on her face. This is completely manageable.
She's swollen. And I'm gonna take the presentation off for just a second, Kelly, because I found this was Peggy on the day after her treatment. So not everybody, I don't know what she said. I don't want to put our whole conversation up. That was her the day after. So she didn't swell, as we'll see with another model in a moment. So, you might not have as much swelling. She had a little redness. That was 3-4 days later. She was looking great already. So her downtime wasn't too bad, but we like to scare you because we don't want you to be mad if you do swell like this sweet woman here in the center. She was pretty puffy.
Yes, that's true. I didn't mean to downplay the swelling there. And not like Chrissy said, not everyone is going to get the swelling, but we definitely like to prepare you for that. We would like to, make sure that you're committed to perhaps staying at home, no social engagements, no dinner parties or wine nights while you're during your first few days of recovery. But it is manageable with keeping the skin cool. You can use a cold roller to help to pull some of the heat out of the skin and help to keep yourself comfortable. Cold air, that kind of thing. Very manageable. Yeah. And this is the last stages of her recovery. And she's able to put on makeup on day 5 or so. And just look, you can just see already the texture improvement and tightening that she's getting just 1 week post-treatment.
And the eye opening, her eyes were pretty dramatic for me. The lift in her cheeks and the opening of her eyes looks like a Botox result. She's had nothing in between these treatments.
And here's another one just to drive that home, her just before and after.
She sent us this after picture. She graciously sent us an after picture because she wasn't here. So that's why the lighting in the background's a little different. But wow, that looks amazing. Her mouth, she has more lip showing. She has brighter cheeks.
It's such a natural result. Both of these treatments, the Helix platform as well as the Everest, it's yourself but better.
Yeah.
We're simply accentuating the way your skin used to look. So we are just putting that volume back, refining the texture, taking away some of that sun damage, and just putting you back to you.
Yeah.
Okay. I love all of these before and after, so I'm going to try not to just talk the whole time. But again, you can see tone and texture improvement immediately off the bat with this improvement to sun damage, the tightening and texture improvement to the neck and the jawline. I don't have dates for this, but this is about,
I think it's 2 weeks. Jana, if you are on, maybe you can help us real quick. This is Jana's mom. We like to abuse our family members for models.
I'm just now catching up and seeing some of the chat. I'll have to catch up on that afterwards. But yeah, I know. Amazing. Yeah, about 2 weeks. So again, and I will actually show you her journey post-treatment as well. So if you can just commit to a few days of downtime, you are setting yourself up for a great improvement.
On 2/12 was her treatment date.
2/12.
Yeah.
Exactly 2 weeks, I believe.
2 weeks. I mean, that's amazing. Look at the tightening in her jawline already. That's great.
Yes, and underneath
our little pictures, aren't we?
Yeah. And I am guilty of moving my cursor around that you guys can't see as far as trying to point to where I'm looking on the photo.
Yeah.
But look how smooth even her cheek has gotten with collagen right here through the apple of her cheek and some smoothing under the eye. It's fantastic. Here is her post-treatment. Honestly, I mean, I'll take this any day, every day. So you look a little bit red. She didn't actually swell too bad. She has a little bit of puffiness and swelling around her eyes. The eyes are going to be very sensitive. So if we're trying to do a nice aggressive treatment around the eyes to target volume and crepiness, you're going to get a little bit of puffiness. I would advise, if you can try to sleep elevated a little bit just to help to some of the pooling towards the eye area on day 2 when you wake up. But this is her recovery process. A lot of heat. It's going to feel like a very tight sunburn. And then once the skin, the heat is released, you're going to start to be able to see the texture. So the texture feels a bit rough, like sandpaper. And this is all of her sun damage as well, just like our last slides, pulling to the surface to slough away. And again, on her neck, she got an amazing result on her neck, even pulling up all the sun damage, poikiloderma. And we're going to get the tightening and collagen from it as well. Again, her before and after, just 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Since this treatment is something that we've been working with for the past few months, we also have some great before and afters from other practices just to help show you some other areas or some other skin types that we haven't captured or had a release, client release in order to show them publicly. So I'm just going to review a couple other photos so you can see what this amazing device can do. Wow. Yeah. Again, it almost looks like she's had a facelift. Yeah. And obviously she's wearing makeup in the after photo just to enhance her features a little bit, but the volume is there. The definition is there. You can tell that the sun damage has diminished and she just looks more youthful. The sun damage. This is years and years of enjoying the beach a couple times.
As we should.
As we should, but with our sunscreen.
Yeah, that's true.
So you get these kind of stubborn lentogens and actinic keratosis and those types of things that, can be really hard to get rid of, even with topical products and certain lasers. They just don't budge. And then you do a treatment like this that's more ablative and it's going to really, truly resurface and go down deep enough to pull out that dermal pigment, and you get a result like this. So I'm speaking to all of my tennis and golf and
all you baby oil and iodine girls.
All of you. Again, sun damage as well as texture improvement and definition to the jawline. Who doesn't want that? We all want that these days.
Yeah.
Here we have a different Fitzpatrick. So we have somebody normally who's going to be a little bit risky to treat with lasers just based on the skin's response, how they're going to handle a laser treatment to maybe overpigment or hypopigment. But this is some acne scarring as well as what's called post-inflammatory erythema. So the redness, like the red scarring that you see through the cheek here, and the improvement she gets post-procedure. And then to this woman or gentleman, I'm not sure, to the glabellar fold here, this person already has a very thick skin type, which is why this line here is so pronounced. And this treatment has been able to stimulate so much collagen in that area. It gives almost like a Botox-like effect or a filler effect.
This won't replace, I just want to mention that it won't replace Botox. I told Kelly I really wanted to keep this picture in here. They did such a beautiful job with this treatment. But we get a lot of people that have that really deep crevice. You will still need Botox because that crevice is, if you're working it out, if it's working out every day, it is going to be deep. But filler is contraindicated in this area because you have so many vascular, it's a high risk area. So we do not put injectable filler there. I love that we're able to build some collagen and retexturize that area.
Yeah, the texture of the entire forehead is improved. Sun damage is gone. The pores have become less visible, and it just looks overall more smooth. Here we have these kind of quintessential smile lines that like to gather along the cheek area when we start to lose laxity in the lower face. And you can see dramatic improvement to this woman's lower face, as well as sun damage.
Yes.
She looks quite happy about that.
That's
Here
great.
is a before and after scarring. I wish I had the data on this. I'm not sure if this was just one treatment or how far in between. I can find out and get back to you guys later.
Said one treatment.
Okay, one treatment.
That's cut off the bottom, but it did say it was several months after one treatment.
I mean, who wouldn't want that amount of collagen? Scarring can take so long to treat naturally. If you're going to be doing it through microneedling and chemical peels, we'll get there, and it's great. There's very little downtime, but this is such an amazing opportunity to have a life-changing, transformative experience to your skin. I've got one more for you guys. And I love her result as well. Again, it's something that if she were to, walk up to you in a cafe, you just saw her a few weeks ago, you'd be like, what did you have done? You look so great. You look beautiful, rested, but you can't quite put your finger on it until you compare the side by sides. And you're just able to see, again, the tightening, the tone, the sun damage improvement, the brightening of the eyes, the contouring, the neck, everything. It's amazing. It's my favorite.
We're nerding out, aren't we, Kelly?
All right.